During the year of the Cobra, a prisoner captured by unknown means was transported into the Exiled Lands, crucified, and left to die for crimes that they may or may not have committed. Death comes swiftly on black wings, until fate intervenes.
Thirsty, dead man? Shall I cut you down from that corpse tree? It might kill you. You civilized men are soft. Your lives are not nailed to your spines. Where I come from, we kill our enemies in battle. We don't leave them in the desert to die like dogs. So, you live again, dead man. This land does not love men. You are marked. You cannot cross the ghost fence wearing that. It might have been kinder to leave you on the cross. Live, love, burn with life, slay and survive. We will meet again, dead man.
Oh, that was weird. Alright, well, hello everyone. Mediocre Mindset, coming to you with more Conan Exiles, Age of Heroes. Unfortunately, someone accidentally started an Exiled Lands run instead of a map that they were wanting to test out for a potential playthrough, and that someone was me. And now I know I could have went and got my playthrough to where I was, but I decided I'm just going to start over. And we have Kiros, Nordheimer, the eldest of twins. That's important for later. He was caught and sent to the Exiled Lands to be punished for his crimes. But shortly before being left, he found out that his sister had been captured and was soon to be sent here. But now that Conan has saved him, he'll be waiting for her to get here so that they can begin to figure out what they can do in the Exiled Lands. This playthrough will be... I'm going to try to make it a full playthrough because I want to actually get everything done before Age of Hero ends, because I heard that they removed the raid base from Exiled Lands, and when the new age starts, I'd be afraid that they change those or take those out. and I don't want to miss out on that content. So we're back. We're going to do this. Let's go. Interact with that because I plan on having all the lore, try to find all of it.
Where untamed savages make endless war upon each other. You cannot pass into the endless wastes enslaved. Your bonding prevents it. Return. Follow the road. Any road. All roads lead to the city.
All roads lead to the city. So, we'll eat and we're going to drink. Now it wants us to gather plant fiber. If you're new to the game, definitely follow your journey steps. They definitely upped them from... I never played when it was the original way, which I guess you just unlock things as you did them. But now they actually have it to where you have different journeys, like several. As far as the game goes, let me see. I'll hit escape. I do have some mods. Hosov's custom UI improves quality of life. Barbarian Barber. Always want to say beauty for some reason. Emberlight and Unlock Plus is what I'm using right now. Plant fiber. As far as the game goes, I do have it set a little more difficult.
There are others here, slaves, bandits and cannibals, exiles from lands I've never heard of.
I'll let this finish.
Some of them try to scrape a life from the wasteland, scrabbling the rocks and sand for their own place. I cannot go on. The life that I left behind haunts me. The sun of the glittering spires of Belverus has forever denied me. The smell of my daughter's hair. I will pass the ghost fence, and this cursed land will finally end me. To whoever reads this note, I leave the last of my water and this message. Stranger, you have my pity. You do not know how cursed you truly are.
And I've also learned that they went back to the original way for stamina. If you get to negative, it grays out and you can't do anything until it kicks back in. Which I'm not sure how I feel about that, but we'll get used to it. Yeah, as far as settings, I have all the experience that I gained cut in half. I think I increased the damage enemies can do to me a little bit. We're going to see how well that goes. I think I have something sped up slightly, like crafting time sped up a little bit. The nighttime I just have sped up a little, so nothing major, but just a little bit to help with speed of videos. But the main thing is the slowing down of the experience, because I really feel like you get way too powerful, way too fast, and can't truly enjoy some of the challenges of the early game. So, like I said, oh yeah, I need to spend my points. I always go expertise first. It helps increase how much I can carry. At some point, we'll change that.
Gods cursed this sandstorm. We were forced to take refuge before the wind scoured the skin from our faces. There is something in the storm. Beasts. We hear the skittering of their paws outside the ruins, and their howls mingled with the screaming winds. The men are scared. I've put them to work crafting rudimentary weapons and torches from the loose stones and rough plants that dot this place. I've yet to meet a beast that liked fire, or the bite of the axe.
Well, the bite of the axe or fire did not help him. That we gathered 5 stone, 5 branches, and now it wants us to make our first tool. Pick. And with that, we can now break up larger rocks. And used to, you could hit smaller rocks to get like 7 instead of the 1 from picking them up. But they've changed that. You can also do it with branches. Hit it with a hatchet, and you'd get 6 or 7 instead of 1. But they felt like that was kind of, I don't know if they felt like that was cheating or not how they, I don't know. I don't know why they changed it, but they did. So, we'll go through here and pick up some branches. Get a little bit more plant fiber. You will need a lot of plant fiber early game. Unfortunately, the only tool you can't make is a tool that helps increase your gathering of plants. A little frustrating. But, alright. That should be enough. With that, put another one here. So we're going to come to knowledge, come to weapons, and we can unlock all of these for free. It'll help us, give us a bunch of stone type weapons. This gives us some basic shields. Shields are considered weapons in this game. 3 two-handed weapons. Skirmisher gives us dagger, throwing axe, a stone spear, and bone claws. And finally, Archer gives us a basic bow and some basic arrows. So, with that being said, we're going to create our first set of weapons. And if you're new to the game, I would do stone daggers. Best weapon for anyone who's never played the game, because you get the bleed effect. If you use your heavy attack, we should have more. We should be alright. So, I'll just grab some stuff and run. Yeah, definitely follow your survival journal details, because that's the best way to really learn the game. And that wants us to craft a bedroll. Bedrolls, when you place them down, create temporary spawn points. You can only have one bedroll down at a time, so like if I play this one or place this one down here, I can die, I can come back here. But now if I make another one and place it down somewhere else, this one disappears. Let's go ahead and craft 2 other tools, hatchet and stone cleaver. Hatchets are used to cut down trees. The journey wants us to slay an enemy, which we're ready to do. And I do have it to where I take a little bit more damage, so let's see how that works out. We have 2 shellbacks. The new ones are usually, yeah, that wasn't too bad. I've still got to get used to this. But yeah, see where I inflicted. Now I can just back off. It takes damage. Alright. It wants us to create rough wraps. These are basic healing items. Cost 10 plant fiber, but you get 3 for each one you make. So I'm going to go ahead and make a couple of those. Harvesting meat from enemies, the best way to do it is with a cleaver. You usually get way more meat than you would if you tried using like a skinning knife or something like that. I think a hatchet will give you, well, hatchet can give you a chance to get meat from it, but hatchets are better for chopping down trees. And this right here, if you see this, you want to pick this up because this is aloe leaves. These are good for creating healing potions. And there's usually a good bit there somewhere. Okay. The big thing with healing wraps is you can't move while you're using it, so you definitely don't want to be healing like while in battle. But the aloe potions you can drink while fighting, so definitely good to have both. You'll be able to make better versions as the game goes on. We're already at level 5. Dang. I'm pretty sure I cut all my experience gain in half, so... Maybe... I think it'll slow down after this, though. Your first 5-10 levels are not too hard to gain. But now that we're at expertise level 5, we got our first perk, Survivalist. Tools lose durability half as quickly, and hunger and thirst deplete 33% slower. That is probably all the points I will put into expertise. And I don't plan on doing too much. Crazy gathering at the moment. Later on, when we want to go get lots of things, we'll definitely want to utilize that a bit more. But like I said, with the stone cleaver, you usually get more meat than anything. With the skinning knife, you get hide and some meat. So definitely a good option. And over here we have our first mini exile camp. I'm going to go over here and try to take one of these guys out. Just to see. This one also has daggers. Exiles do not give a lot of experience, but you can usually you can always get a chance to get whatever they're wearing. So, like, that one has a really good bow. I may want to stay away from it. That cook should get. Ooh, see? And even has a Valcata. That's... that thing did over half damage to me with what they had. And instead... well, didn't get lucky to get either the good bow or the Valcata sword. But that's alright. We'll take that potion and we'll actually drink it. Like I said, that's a good healing option. We'll be able to make some of those here in a little bit. It wants us to refill our water skins, and now it wants us to unlock cooking. Back to knowledge. Primitive cook. Come here. 4 branches, 10 stone. We should have plenty. I hope I didn't use that. I wanted to switch it. I did not need it. Alright. We can place anything down, then we activate it. Put some wood or any type of fuel, wood, branches, oil, coal. I think that's the 4 main. Dry wood, that's another option. Anything that can burn. Each one has different lengths. Let that cook up. And while we do that, we'll gather some more wood. And somebody's out on these. Unfortunately, as long as you have an open spot on your hotbar, things like that will go to it instead of going to where you have some. Also, if you see like this, it has an E in it. That is from the Emberlight mod. This, I'm sure, we'll get into that later. I just want to try it out. My friend really likes it, so I thought I'd give it a go. Let's see. Let's make some. And then repair these. Whenever you want to repair tools, it usually takes whatever it used to make it. So this took stone, branches, and twine. so you need that. These just took stone and branches, so it'll use a little bit of that. Alright, our food's done. We'll take all of that. Turn our campfire to our inventory, and that wants us to finally eat. And once we do that, we finish up Survivor. We are now ready to go. And with that in mind, once we do that, you can come to your journeys. Come here, and our reward is supply materials, so we want to claim that. And now the next thing we want to do is survival shelter. Or we can do warrior. Let's do warrior instead. We'll do that one next. I'll do all three of these journeys. Warrior teaches you the basics of combat. First it wants us to dodge. For me, it's my middle mouse button. For me, the kick is F. And now I'm going to finally actually craft the weapons I want to use. I'm going to use a stone club. We'll keep the daggers though for right now. Yeah, I'm going to make this character a strength based. A certain other character who will be getting played later will be more agility focused early on. But that will be in the future. To lock on, it's Q for me. I'm going to take that off though because I don't care for it. Heavy attack. And how, like I said, heavy attacks with knives or daggers give aid. This weapon gives Sunder, which lowers their armor. Good damage. This'll be fun. Actually, make you play smarter, maybe. Go ahead and craft up 5 of these. Tools. And now, for my next one, I want to go with Grit. Vitality would also be a good one, but I want to increase the amount of stamina I have, and this also increases the amount of armor I have. So, now I have 10 armor instead of 2, which is definitely way better. And now it wants us to craft a shield. We can craft a bone shield, but we need bone, and it takes a lot. Be better off. And I don't think it's... Well, it actually is a little better than the wooden shield, but we'll just craft a wooden shield. And this is the combo we're going to be going with for a while. It also wants us to craft a stone pike, which is right here. And that wants us to apply cripple to an enemy. I don't think it counts if you do it to these because you kill them instantly. Oh, and I got the Eye of Innocence. That's an item that you couldn't get for a while due to bugs, but now looks like they got that fixed. I'll go back over there to talk to that guy here in a second, but oh, I guess you can move. I thought you couldn't move while you was... Now the green ones are usually not hostile until you attack them or like take their babies. The red ones are instantly hostile and will attack you. Also, if there are any green ones close by, they will attack you with it. That's 2 journeys. I think that journey gives us the brawler hand wraps and some weapon repair kits, which are very useful. Then we get these 2 or journeys, Soldier and Rogue. Soldier is based on strength. Rogue is based on agility. And the rewards are iron poniards and an iron sword. But to really benefit from this, you would have to probably go strength immediately. Or agility. And then hope you get lucky with agility to get a poison. Because those don't come until a lot later.
Another new one, eh? I can smell it on you.
Talk to Arcos.
Veterans tend
Not
to smell
Arcos,
just a
as
little
I
more
said
like
in my first
despair.
playthrough.
I'm Arcos. Once a sailor, now a wanderer. You didn't
Wait.
think you were the only one, did you? You should go up north. There's whole cities of exiles up there.
Thank you for interrupting me, but we can click on this to learn the polite clap emote, and then we can start
Beginning,
talking to
there
him.
were only a few of us. But now, it seems like fresh-faced fools are showing up every week. Not all of them are as friendly as I am, mind you. Watch your step. There are a lot of desperate people out there. Bracelets? You can't remove them. Saw one fool cut his arm clean off trying to get rid of it. He bled to death right there in the sand. Nasty business. Leave it on. You'll start to hear the voices soon enough, and then you'll start seeing the ghosts. I don't think the voices are for us. Not for us here and now. I think they were talking to somebody else. Back then. Wherever it was. Whenever it was. Those pillars keep us confined here. Some call it the curse wall, or the ghost fence, or just the boundary. Doesn't really matter what it's called, does it? I walked all the way around it once. Had to be careful not to cross it, of course. Once in the north, I saw a few people on the other side, wearing bracelets just like ours, with gems of amber. Makes you wonder. I'm no scholar, but I've met a few who passed through. They all have mad theories about what the ruins scattered around here are. Lemurians, giant kings, Kari, Valusian serpent men. Do those names mean anything to you? Never mind. It's my experience that men who have their minds in the past get eaten by crocodiles in the present.
And I believe that's his last
Good luck,
name.
Exile. It's a tough world out there.
But as I was saying, going back to these journeys, really to benefit from these, you would have to probably invest 10 points early. Like, it would probably be after I got my 5 here, I would have to go 10 in strength or agility if I wanted to do the rogue one. But the rogue one wants you to find a poison, and those aren't easy to find. I mean, for the most part, you usually end up getting them through having to go kill creatures that allow you to make them. So, I don't know. I was going to try doing these. I mean, I have done them. I did do some tests for this one, and the sword is actually really powerful compared to what you can make. But anyways, besides that, we're going to go on to survival shelter, which is the next important step of our surviving this Exiled Lands. It wants us to unlock the Mason knowledge, and then we can chop down a tree. Now I'm trying to figure out where I want to build my base. It's very important. Your early bases should... Best area is on the river here. This river is called Noob River because this is the easiest area for the game. As you head north, game gets more difficult. As you head east, west, also gets more difficult. So this area right here is usually your best bet to start out in. And thinking about where I want to build. I usually build over that way. But I think we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to come this way. Excuse me. Got a red. No. I guess that, it doesn't want nothing to do with me. That's interesting. that's interesting. I have gained a level. Let's go ahead and put these points into. Aw! I didn't want to do that. 5 is my. I usually don't keep my wraps on my bar. I usually just keep my health potions and then use my wraps as I need them through my inventory. But anyways, as far as a place to build, that right there's another small exile camp. And down here, on like I said, on the river again, you'll probably just find like a bunch of exile camps. There are some Dafari camps around here, which are the next tier. I should let this thing hit me just so I can see how much damage it can do. You know, that person with the bow did over 100 damage. That wasn't pleasant.
Die!
Let's eat food there. Drink us. I already cut down the tree. So that wants us to craft a construction hammer. That should be this right here. Just some wood and twine. Let's see, where's my hammer? Right here. Put it. Actually, no. We'll put that right there. This is what we'll do. And we'll put our rough roughs here. And I want to keep these out because I'm pretty sure I'll need them. So we're going to need plenty of stone and wood to make our first base. But before we do that, I want to come down here and see who is. Alright, it's a tier 4 exile with some medium. And one of the cool things that have changed recently is if they're wearing it or using it, they have a chance to drop it, and they didn't. It's disappointing. We'll come over here. Close to the broken bridge and build our first base. Level 7. At this point by now we should already be level 10, but where I have cut the experience down, it's the shattered bridge. Got a crocodile here. Say it did 4 damage to me, it did not. Nope. I got lucky that it didn't do any damage. I don't know what happened there. I want to scan these. But, anyways, it just wants us to build a basic 4 square or square, wow, I don't have enough stone. I thought I gathered enough stone. Fortunately, there's a good bit up here. There's also currently no events going on, because there's usually either the Headhunter event, which allows you to capture sorcerers and turn them in for coin that can be used to get some really good items, as well as the Great Hunt, which is I think it involves Jebel Sog, and it can get you some like interesting followers. Like I said, I did speed up tonight a little bit. So, It'll still be dark. I do like the dark. I don't think it affects the game as much as people say it does. And after I get this video done, I will definitely collect enough materials so you don't have to see that, because nobody likes to watch The Gathering. At least I don't think anybody does. I could be wrong. There could be people out there who love to watch you gather materials. This should be more enough for me to finish up the review here. I have to make sure. Okay, please be gone. Oh, okay. That would, yeah. My OCD would not allow me to leave that unfinished. But now we can build a wall. Then it wants us to build a door frame. Then it wants us to use the middle mouse button to click on a wall or section. Like if I click on that, see I got foundations again, or this. So really useful if you want the speed build. Then it wants us to build this ceiling, not these type of ceilings. So we can put that up. Then it wants us to build a door, but I have no twine. Make 5 twine. Now, also, another thing you may see, I have Zingarian. This is from a battle pass. I may actually use that in the future. Flotsam is from the Sipta DLC, which I also have, which is also important to know because a twin might be ending up there soon. And this one is the opposite of the sandstone. Requires more wood than stone. I am going to use the Flotsam door because I like it better. And now it wants us to unlock the box maker. With that, we will need to go to decorations, storage. It takes 12 twine and 100 wood. We might as well just craft up all this. I should probably open this and hope that it is twine. We can go ahead and put our fire down. And now with decorations, put storage, we can put those little blocks down. And now it wants us to put something in it. We'll throw this and this, and this and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and that, and that, and that. And that gets us survival tropes. That gives us a survival kit. That survival kit will give us all kinds of goodies. Gives us a bedroll, a rawhide bedroll, another water skin that is full, a lasting feast, which will come in handy very soon, a aloe extract, which was better than our weak aloe extract, and a healing rep, which is better than our rough reps. So with that being said, we're going to open up our supplies, and we did not get we didn't get actually, I want to keep the branches. I don't really need that. That is for the Emberlight. Some of the stuff you can craft there. And we're actually going to put this bedroll down and just place it right here. So the good thing about this little shelter is if a sandstorm were to come, we could run in here and not take any damage. So that's really all. But we're going to build a much bigger base because we're going to have all kinds of crafting areas that we need to have space for. I don't want them just laid out all about. So let's see, how much time do I have? I only got 39 minutes. Man, I've sped through these first 3 journeys real quick. So let's just throw this food into the thing. Split this. Actually split it again because I don't need that much wood. Throw that in there. And let's go explore. There are some areas around here that we can get some cool information. Like I said, this guy being a Nordheimer, he is totally faithful to Ymir. He hates that his sister is worships Zath because he hates spiders. It would be kind of cool if you could give them like phobias that could affect them in the game. But just for story, he doesn't like spiders. I don't blame him. I don't like spiders either. So we run up here. We got some more. Shellbacks, and because that red one decided to get aggressive, the green one came at me. Back off, because I gained a level, and it looks like I'm gaining 8 points of armor per level of grit. Should have actually, you know what? Let's put the daggers instead. And let's go ahead and use it for these rough wraps. I probably need to eat. Oh, great. There we go. We should be good. Now, if we come up this way, this is the Shattered Bridge. On this side, there is a book. I think I'm going to go for an hour. Right here at this little fire camp, a little story. And we learned the submissive taunt, which the ghost here shows you what it looks like. The submissive taunt. The submissive emote. If we come up here, there is a lore stone.
Slave, Warmaker Plael has ordered the sealing of the borders, including the destruction of the bridge. This is to discourage your treacherous kin from entering our lands. For hundreds of years, we have patiently welcomed your people into our lands, and our kindness was repaid with war. No more, bonded one. You will break the bridge, and as you do, think about the consequences of betrayal. Think about what your people have done to you.
Sounds like some serious stuff happened back then. I'm gonna gather some of this stone just for repair purposes. Some of these branches that are laying around. But also, now that we've got that, I think also if you hit these dead trees, you get branches and possibly dry wood. So that's a great way. We'll come up here to this little camp. And learn our first alternate religion. This right here is Nunu.
Stay your hand, stranger. Come, look into the pit. The Lord of Empty Abodes awaits therein. I am his shaman, Nunu. Your coming was revealed to me in the whispering of a bat's wings.
We can talk to him, but first we can learn the cheer emote, and we can also learn Acolyte Logs. Yog. With that, we don't have to pay points to learn the first part.
You are lost, seeking guidance, yes? Sometimes the whispers are silent. My lord grows distant. I weep alone in the desert. But there is a cure. The smoke of the lotus, it deafens the world, and so that the whisper of Yog becomes a roaring shout. And the visions, they reveal to me the will of Yog. If you need guidance, inhale the lotus. The path will become clear. The paths revealed to you by the lotus will not always be simple. Every opportunity is a test, and every test requires strength and an indomitable will. You cannot simply wander into darkness and expect to conquer. You will need to prepare. Build yourself up. And find the other lotus. They bloom in other places and have many colors. I have a feeling, my friend, that you are going to taste it all before you are through. My heart has a question. Do you know the Lord of Empty Abodes? He knows you, child, through the flesh of your kind. He hungers to know more. All flesh is knowledge, every savory thought. Bring us knowledge of others. Yark is generous. We are exiled without conviction. Our crimes are of no moment. My crime was my belief. What matter the age of the flesh that my lord consumes? Does the Lord of Empty Abodes make a distinction between flesh in the womb and flesh outside of it? Now my tribe walks without a shaman, and I seek the pure flesh to feed my god. My lord whispers to me of this place. He walked here in ages past. Here, there was a banquet of flesh for his pleasure, and kings called upon his wisdom. It is men who destroyed that age of abundance. Yog urges us to seek atonement. The flesh we bring is an atonement. Association of past sins.
I think that's it.
You are lost. Seeking
Alright.
guidance, yes.
So that's Nunu, the shaman. He teaches you the Yog religion. It's real close to this area. Now, close to his camp is a cave. It's gonna have a bunch of insects. Seems like she did some damage. Alright, I think I've got it set to a good number where I can actually feel like I have a challenge. Let's see. Food. This is the Cave of Fiends. If you skin these, you usually just get hide and feral flesh. And these red glowing stones are crystals. Now, unfortunately, you used to be able to hit them with your mine or mining pick to gather them, but now they've made it to where these small ones you have to pick up by interacting with them. However, I have learned. Let's get down here and try to get ourselves killed. There's a bunch of them, including a one skull king. These guys aren't too hard to kill. Yeah, I've got 4 of them coming at me. Are there any more? Nope, okay. The Imp King is right up there. I might actually switch to the daggers. Charge attack, which will make it dizzy for a bit. Look how much damage he's taking from bleeding. But that should be good because I can kill him. I think if you skin him, you get the iron pot that's on his head. Yep, or an iron pan. But anyways, getting back to what I was saying with these crystals. For the small ones, you have to pick them up now. You used to be able to hit all of them with the mining pick, but now that I think they fixed it where, yes, these big ones you can hit with your pick again to gather, which is awesome. We're actually getting a good bit of experience from that. Let me find one more. Some clusters. Because we can't really do anything else until we get to level 10. But see, like these, we hit nothing. And we'll be done with that. I'm not going to gather from these guys. Alright, so we've explored some of the areas on Noob River. This area will be important because we will need the crystal for later. Let's see. We got, you know what, 10 minutes. We'll go visit one more place. And my favorite part, being able to climb walls and all that. Oh, I forgot. I used that last time. Yeah, early game daggers are so good. I mean, I can now stand. There's nothing it do. I do want to gather up high because we will be working on some crafting soon as we get to level 10. And the good thing about slowing down the experience gain is, like I said, I get to actually experience. Do I take that? Ooh, a bed? Actually, I want to take all this. There used to be a couple of thralls here, but they no longer exist. There used to be, I think on one of these was a Yogg Cleaver, but it doesn't seem like it's here anymore. Anyways, you can see another one of those Tier 4 Exiles. They have the skulls on them. I think that might be a correct one. Maybe. Nope, it's not. If it has glowing eyes, it's corrupted. It makes them much harder versions of the original. And we're not really set to fight corrupted. We could probably handle a corrupted shellback. Want to gather up as much materials as we can. Drink as a potion. Alright. And we'll come down here to probably the final spot I will do for this video. We will be coming here later to do some quests, but there's some things we can learn down here as well that actually we'll be able to use. Because usually by this point, again, we're already usually 11, 12, 13, and already have way better options for weapons and armor and such. But since, actually, before I do go in here, let's repair. I don't think I can repair that. Oh, I can. It has a 20. This is Skulker's End, a Dafari camp. This is probably the second largest Dafari camp. But if you come up to this and click it, you can learn Dafari banners. And we come over here on this. We can click this to learn Dafari weapons. this guy is not no fun. There we go. Ooh. Got all kinds of stuff from him.
Hey.
I don't want to go too far into this camp because we're not really prepared to take on this whole camp. Even though it is a great place to farm sorcerers when the Headhunter event is taking place. But I believe we got a bone shield, which is better than ours. We got one of the Nefari swords, which is better than any weapon we have. And we got a couple of pieces of armor. It's light armor, but it's better than what we're wearing. And it gives plus 3% to straight damage. So we'll equip that. And hey, that's not terrible. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is a good point to stop. So when we come back, I will have my base somewhat built. It won't be completely done because it requires a bit of plant fiber, and I want to be able to gather a lot of plant fiber before I have to deal with that. But we'll have our base at least somewhat ready, and by then I should be, if I'm not level 10 by then, I'll be really close and we'll be able to get to 10. So, good start. Kiros is well on his way to exploring and figuring out the ways of the Exiled Lands. But this is Mediocre Mindset saying have a good day, and we'll see you next time.